Right. What's going on? What's going on? How's it going? How's it going? All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to a familiar stream that some of you know about. It's the 2026 anticipated games list. We are going to be updating on this bad boy with the help of Game Informer's website. Yes, yes, indeed. Just need to get the notes up here real quick. I'm going to check my audio, and hopefully my audio is good. I don't have my. There we go. Okay. Now I can hear myself talk and whatnot. Let's bring up the list here. How are we doing, ladies and gents? It is July 26th, 2026, so 7/26/26. And we are updating the 2026 anticipated games list. I'm gonna pull this up here. I'm gonna bring this on over. What we're gonna do next, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna highlight the window over here. We are going to click this one because I prefer this one. There we go. And that is not the one that I want. So we're gonna close that one. Okay, so now I'm gonna highlight this one and I want Steam. I do not want OBS up there. I would prefer Steam, so we're gonna close that. Now, there we go, and that is the one I want. There we go. That is the window I truly want right there. Perfect, perfect. There we go. Okay. All right. This shouldn't take too long. What's up, King Ghost Wolf is in the chat. Hello, King Ghost Wolf. He said, "What's up?" Nothing much. It is a Sunday. We're just going to update the anticipated games list here. And we will be removing a bunch of games. Because last stream I did of the anticipated games list, I added a bunch of these to my actual Steam wish list. So, yeah. So let's go ahead and get right into it. First things first, we need to go ahead and grab Splatoon Raiders from the day one because we already have it and move it down to the in progress section of the list. We will be cutting the list down significantly today. Significantly, game. Because some games are still to be determined as far as release date, and most of them are indie games, and we unfortunately do not have time for the noise. Okay, do not have time for that. So hopefully these games have their release dates here. I mean, we're more than halfway through the year. If they don't have it, you're getting crossed off the list, and then hopefully Steam will let me know when your game comes out to purchase it. But if you do not have a release date at this time, I did say that this will be the stream where these TBAs are getting cut. They are getting severely cut. Okay. If it doesn't, well, it doesn't have a release date. Sorry, very sorry, but it is what it is. Okay, so August, you guys had plenty of time to figure out what spot you want to drop your games. He says, playing where wind meets. Oh, yes, nice. I do have that on PC. I need to play that one day. Okay. Without further ado, let's jump into it. Next game we got coming up here is Halo Combat Evolved. We're just going to verify that these games have their set release dates. Now, I'm going to scroll up to the 23rd because maybe Halo is listed early. It is not listed early. Okay, but we know that you can buy it right now and get the premium, which gives you access to play it early, which I did not do. I'm just gonna wait till the 28th. We know it's on the 28th. I'm not gonna update that. There we go. I don't know why I don't see it here. Am I tripping balls? Where? That says September. Wait. Oh, we're in July. That's right. Oh, August. Okay, that was August. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. I don't know why I keep thinking that we're in August. Where is it? The 28th. There we go. Boom. There we go. Excellent. Next up, Beast of Reincarnation is August 4th. That is correct. Liza P. Complete Edition. Personal pickup for me. It's saying the 6th. So it got pushed back a day for Switch 2. Okay, we'll just go ahead and update it, I guess. Marvel 2 Fighting Souls. I did play the open beta, so definitely check out that stream. August 6th. There we go. Dust Fade. That's a big indie game that I'm anticipating. The 13th. Yep. Wild Blue Skies. I saw that Digital Foundry just uploaded something about Wild Blue Skies. So nice. Another indie game is, getting some traction. That's awesome. That is also coming out the 13th if you're interested in like a Star Fox type game. Let's see. Next up, August 20th, we got Mexican Ninja, which I believe the day after that is the Dust Bloods playtest. So that's going to be August 21st. But let's see, Mexican Ninja, not listed here. So when that happens, we'll check Steam here. We can play together day 1. I'm not playing Halo Day 1 because me and Tommy are going to be playing on Co-op Wednesday. So if you want to join us for Co-op Wednesday in the morning, then you could play Halo Campaign Evolved with us. But I will not be playing Halo Campaign Evolved on launch day. And it does have 4-player co-op apparently. August 20th, 2026. Yep, that is Mexican Ninja. Yep. Okay. Metal Gear Solid, Plague Tale Resonance, and Kalanora, and Star Wars Zero Company all coming out August 27th. So there's MGS, there's Kalanora, Resonance, yeah, Star Wars Zero Company. All right. There we go. Okay, next up on the list, we got Marsupilami, which I do have the first one. I need to play that before that one comes out. That one's coming out the 3rd. Cool. Onimusha Way of the Sword. I did pre-order my limited edition version, which comes with a steel book, which costs an extra $10. Now I'm like, okay, are these things gonna cost me additional $10 just for the steel book? Because I could have sworn GameStop was giving away the steel books for a lot of games just for pre-ordering. Now we're being charged for the steel book. So there was one game that was like, I'm not doing that. I think it was Control Resonant. I haven't looked at the steelbook, but I do know the Onimusha steelbook is really cool. I'm gonna have to look at the Control Resonant steelbook. There is a game that we do have to add because I did pre-order it for the Xbox. The Xbox. So, whoops. Now we got to go to September 3rd because there is something here that I want to play, and that is The Blood of Dawnwalker. We will be playing that. That is by former CD Projekt Red people, developers. We will be checking out Blood of the Dawnwalker on the 3rd, I believe. Yep. It says, I meant where when meets we can play together one day. Oh yeah, that'll be for 2027. And you could just kill everything for me. There you go. So yeah, we will be playing Blood of the Dawnwalker. You know what? I was thinking about getting Wolong Fallen Dynasty for the Switch too. I'm gonna have to look at that. I'll look at. I I have mixed feelings about that game. Anyway, On the Mission Way of the Sword, September 4th. Wheelmates, the September 7th. Halloween is on the 8th. Marvel's Wolverine. We're gonna move that. We're gonna move Marvel's Wolverine to maybe. We're gonna move it to. So I'm not. Sony, as we all know, a lot of controversy right now. You're probably wondering, well, if you remove Marvel's Wolverine, then you might as well remove Marvel Tokon. You know, you might as well remove Marvel Tokon. Why? Yeah, remove that if you're all about putting your foot down on Sony. Here's the thing: Marvel Tokon is also coming to PC. Okay, Wolverine ain't coming to PC. I don't feel like setting up the PS5. I play most of my games on Xbox, Switch, and PC. I don't really play the PlayStation unless it's Uncharted or something. I gotta say, I saw that last trailer of Marvel's Wolverine. I don't like the character designs. I'm just gonna be upfront. After playing Marvel Tokon, and thanks to Marvel Tokon, I'm less interested in playing Wolverine. You wanna know why? Because when I played Marvel Tokon last night and I played the open beta, that game looks so cool and comic book like that I don't care for the realism of these characters anymore. I don't care. Like, I love Marvel Spider-Man. That last one, I was like, meh. Even though I did make my top 10 game of the year list when that released because, Spider-Man. Yeah. But and it was a pretty solid game. But I didn't care to do the side missions. That was the one Spider-Man game with Miles Morales type game that I did not do a bunch of side missions, and I didn't care to. I thought it was neat, but I was just like, I don't like doing a lot of busy work. This game, Marvel's Wolverine, is going to be developed by the same company that did the Spider-Man games. It's Insomniac, right? I don't care for the realistic look of characters anymore. I looked at how badass Wolverine looked in Marvel's Tokon and the animation and the like comic book like art style of it. And it has the anime like voiceovers, like you can play in Japanese, and it's just Japanese voiceover. It just looks so cool, man. I want that. I would have preferred if Marvel's Wolverine, the game, looked like that with that art style, like comic book style. I am no longer interested in Marvel's Wolverine. I'm gonna put it in the maybe pile because maybe, but I don't care for realism in my games anymore. I could care less. I just want characters to look cool, and I want this. If you have not watched me play Marvel Tokon last night, I want this. I want my Marvel characters to look like this. Because this is the art style of the gameplay. Look at him. Just look. Look at him. Hashtag my Wolverine. That's what I want. Look at that. That's some Marvel Ultimate Alliance type shiz right there, bro. They just look so cool. So they keep doing this whole realism crack. I'm kind of fatigued with it because everything Sony at first party has to have this hyper realistic look to them. And I don't care for that anymore. That ain't my jam no more, dude. I want my comic book characters, I want them to look like this. I want them to look like Marvel Rivals. I want them to look like Marvel Tokon. I just want them to look like a cool animated video game, bro. And so I've put Marvel's Wolverine, and not to mention everything going on with Sony right now with the whole physical media and whatnot. I mean, I could buy a physical copy of Marvel's Wolverine, but I was just like, I don't want realistic characters no more. I'm just over that style. I'm over that Last of Us, God of War, hyper realistic style. I'm just over it, dude. I'm fatigued. Sony needs to create a new style with their games. We get the same style over and over again. Just like look at Saros. It's the same thing. They keep every game I see from Sony is just this hyper realistic, thing, this uncanny valley type thing, and I don't care for it anymore. I want games that look like this, man. Back when games were games, bro. And this is hashtag my Wolverine. This is what I want my Wolverine to look like. So I put Marvel's Wolverine in maybe pile because I don't know, the reviews could pop off. They could say it's not like what you call it Spider-Man. There is a bunch of filler content and stuff like that, side mission and stuff. But I want this Wolverine. I want this Wolverine to get his own game. No more of this hyper realistic garbage. I don't want it. I don't want no more uncanny valley type shit. I'm over it. But I do want Metal Gear Solid. Anyways, where was we? So Fire Emblem. Let's look at it. Fire Emblem is coming out 17th. Yep, I already got my pre-order. Control Resonant, I got my pre-order for that. That's on the 24th. Minecraft Dungeons on the 29th. Okay. Then we're in October. Rayman Legends Untold. Or Retold. October 1st. Ace Combat is on the 2nd. Yep. Where am I? Star Wars Galactic Racer on the 6th, and so is Gears Ide. I think I got Galactic Racer. I don't know if I pre-ordered it. I need to make sure. I can't believe Galactic Racer is not coming to Switch, dude. That's seems wrong. There's a lot of games I'm just like, man, like Marvel Tokai should have came to Switch too as well. Oh well. Valor Mortis on the 13th. Didn't Valor Mortis get pushed back? I think. Oh, coming out the 13th. Yeah, it did get pushed back. I think it got out of the window of MGS. Castlevania is on the 15th. I've been wanting to get back into. I've been meaning to restart Metroid Dread, on my own time. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, and look at because I've been playing, my Steam Switch 2 was playing Splatoon Raiders, which we'll be streaming some Splatoon Raiders later tonight. Yeah, I kind of want to play some Metroid Dread. Sylvania 15th. Yep. Rataton's also the 15th. Yep. October 22nd, Final Fantasy Resonance. 22nd, Final Fantasy Rise. Yep, there we go. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 4, not to be confused with Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare, so October 23rd. Yep, there we go. Phantom Blade Zero is the 29th. There we go. And we got GTA for the 19th. Yep. And we also got Xenoblade Chronicles 3. December 3rd. Okay. All right. Maybe Paul is Marvel's Wolverine and Hot Wheels Infinite sale. I'm waiting for a Final Fantasy VII Rebirth Switch 2 sale. I think did I not buy Lord Castle too? I thought I did. I guess I didn't. All right, here we go. All right, here's the tough part. This is where we're gonna have to make some choices here. Okay, 13C. Okay, Q1 2027. All right. I respect it. I respect it. I really enjoyed what I played of the demo. I look forward to 13Z. That was my most anticipated indie game from the showcase. So that Summer Games Fest. So they said Q1 2027. So this is the 2026 anticipated games list. So that gets cut off the list. Next up, 1666 Amsterdam early access PC release. We're gonna have to see here. We did play the demo, the prologue. It says TBA. I could have sworn this studio got shut down. or laid off, but I could be wrong. We'll see. AGX. You know what? Okay, man. Let's take 1666 off. It doesn't even have a freaking year that's coming out, so we gotta cut the list. This stuff is sitting on my Steam wish list, so we should be fine there. I'll just verify, just in case. AGX, that's that F-Zero wipeout type game. It says Q4 2026. That's cool. So we'll keep that there. Make sure it's on the wish list. Alcahest. Let's see. Alcahest. I just know a lot of these games aren't going to be on Game Informer's list. No. Add to wish list. I'll be notified when it releases, but they don't even have. If they don't have a freaking set year, then I have to take it off the anticipated list. Like I just can't wait anymore. Arizona Sunshine. Wait, did I spell it wrong? Yeah, I did. Arizona. I should have known how to spell it. Because I live Arizona to drink. Okay, they said 2026, so it's still in the works. Bloodstained. You know what? Let's just close the Game Informer because everything else here, I'm just gonna look up. Let's do this. Let's do that. I'll just look it up. Bloodstain, the Scarlet Engagement. Let's see, blood. Okay, so it did not pop up. Stain. Scarlet Engagement. There it is. Boom. Okay. 2026. Okay, keep it on the list. Let's see. Canvas City. Canvas City. Let's see what we got. No. Okay. Goodbye. Sorry. All right. Make sure you're added to my wish list. There we go. It's very unfortunate. Let's see. Daybreak Slam. Oh, I love this game. Shit. Okay. Well, no release date. No year release. Okay. Take it off the list. Make sure it's on the wish list. Cool. Dead Root. Dead Root. Okay, you are on the wish list. Okay, we'll just take you off the anticipated list. Dinghai. The Ocean Pillar. It's on the wish list. No release date. Okay, taking you off the anticipated games list. Dustbloods. I signed up for the playtest, so we already know about that one. We'll see what's what. They seem to be like still doing the thing. Eternal Life of Goldman. Damn. You on the wish list? Yep. Okay. Good. Sorry, mate. You don't even have a maybe 2026. They gotta have at least saying 2026. Like we're over half the year at this point, so they gotta have it say 2026 at least. Okay, add to wish list. Ghost Vanguard. Fortunately, does not have a 2026. Maybe. Gods TV. Oh, I like this game. I just love the style of this game, dude. Gods TV. That is on my wish list. No 2026 release date. Okay. That's what it is. He-Man, which got pushed back a long time ago and still does not have a release date. That is insane, but it is on the wish list, the Steam wish list. So we will be removing you off it now. Now, hopefully, Valve would let me know when you guys are coming out. We're gonna have to trust in that, but It is what it is, man. I can't keep checking this list, you know, just to see if you guys updated, no 2026, Yeah, I would like to know if you're at least coming out in 2026, but it doesn't look like a lot of you are. Uh, Grimshaw's I did do Grimshaw's, right? They did have, I did not do Grimshaw's. I did play the demo for Grimshaw's. I liked it. Let's see. Because I do like me some roguelikes. That's my new genre. Used to be a Souls guy. Used to be heavy into Souls games, and then I found uh roguelikes, which I love even more than Souls games. Grimshaw's has a release date. Congrats. Wait. I'm sorry. Excuse me? August 20th. No way. Okay. All right, bet. August 20th. Hey, same day as Mexican Ninja. All right. Nice. Okay. Put that in the chamber. Right before Dustbloods. Hey, W. That's one game. Nice. All right. Kenna. Okay, same thing about the Sony's thing, but I love Kenna. Okay, I love those games. Similar to Marvel Tokai. All right, so add to wish list. I'll definitely be picking it up because I played the first game. Ember Lab, yeah. All right, Knuckle Paradise. Let's check Knuckle. And plus, that's coming to what you call it, PC. Whereas Wolverine's not. Knuckle Paradise, no 2026 release date or anything. Kyoto Xanadu. I saw Kyoto Xanadu at GameStop for the Switch. I saw it. There's a different Kyoto Xanadu apparently. Hold on. Is there another Kyoto Xanadu? Early purchase. July's what? You know what? Just add this. Because I also saw a Switch one. I'm just gonna cross this off the list. I'm gonna go pick up that Switch version that's in. I don't know which Kyoto Xanadu this is. But I'll pick up this PC version and I'll pick up the Switch one. Because I was like, I recognize this. Kyoto Xanadu. I was like, huh. Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time. Okay, that's definitely coming out this year. Mad Metal. You have a September. Okay. All right. We'll keep you on the list. You're at least coming out this year, supposedly. Maximum Thunders. Oh, I just love the opening for this game. I don't know. Playing it was all right, but I think I just like the vibes of it more than playing it. It's a roguelike as well. Action roguelike. It is scheduled for 2026. So there we go. Mono Moon. Oh, there we go. Mono Moon. Q3, 2026. Okay, we'll keep you on the list. Mr. Record. This game had really cool shit. Okay, it had really cool music. Take you all over this. You are on the wish list, so that's cool. Netcode Warriors. Let's see. You do not. Okay, we'll add you to the Steam wish list and remove you from the anticipated games list. Next up, Neverway. 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 Oh, has a October 2026 release date. Interesting. Okay. Dope. Nightmare Circus. Oh, yes, I like this game, Nightmare Circus. I played the demo of it. I really liked what I played of it. Let's see. It is on my wish list, and it does have a 2026 year. Okay, nice. No Rest for the Wicked. Oh, snap. Okay. No Rest for the Wicked. It is on my wish list, and wait, hold on. Wait, is there a second one coming out? No, I think this is No Rest for the Wicked too, right? Rest for the Wicked. I think this is the second one, right? Huh. Okay. Well, why the hell is it on the list? Okay, like it already came out. Well, it's in early access. It came out in 2024, so you could just remove that now. Is it on sale? Okay, I'll wait for it to go on sale. There we go. All right, so we get bye. There we go. Oh my Doug! Oh my Doug! Y'all ready to get flashbang by Booty Cheeks? You ready? Oh my Doug! Here we go. Boom! Booty Cheeks. All right. Nah. Add to wish list. All right. No 2026 release date. All right. Project Windless. I don't know what the hell's up with that. That could. I don't know what's up with that. This game is by Krafton. Didn't Krafton lay off a whole bunch of people last for the last 3 months ago? This has no release date whatsoever. Cool game. Looks like it's gonna be a Souls-like game. Well, you play as a rooster. We saw it at Summer Games Fest. No set release date. No set release date. Cool. All right, so we're just gonna crush you off the list, and we're just sorry, dude. Like, see a Remnants, which I'm like, as somebody who loves Assassin's Creed naval combat and is loving it again, falling in love with it again in the remake of Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced. I still can't believe they never sent me a fucking invite to play this game. All right, it's coming out in 2027. Apparently, they were doing like closed test. Oh, you know what I think it was? I think it was you had to sign up for some PlayStation bullshit. You had to like, isn't this one of the games where you had to sign up for like PlayStation's beta testers or whatever crap? I was just like, fuck that, dude. I'm good. I don't want to do it. But it's not coming out this year, so I'll see you guys next year. Goodbye, Sierra. Cool art style too. Shape Protocol. That's the Chrono Cross people, which I ended up buying the Chrono Cross game. I love Alabaster Dawn. I gotta check and see if Alabaster Dawn has any updates. Oh, let me make sure. The Sea Remnants was on my wish list. Yeah, okay, that's on my wish list too. So we're gonna cross that off. Shape Protocol Kickstarter has already started, so definitely go support awesome developer. I'm gonna check real quick to see if Alabaster Dawn got any updates. Let me see. Update yesterday. Oh, there has been an update. Update. Hello everyone. Every cabbage. Results of the recent merger has been successful. Oh, nice. That's awesome. All right. I guess including. As for the update on development, we can share progress on the next area, including the dungeon, new weapon abilities, and various quality of the features, and also information regarding our attendance at the upcoming Gamescom. Mapping swamp area. Okay, cool. Swamp area. We got a new dungeon. Okay. All right, new weapons and combos. Okay. Awesome. More info on rogue powers. Okay. Map markers. Nice. Map markers update. Very cool. Very cool. Glossary. Cool. The dojo. Ooh, you could train now. Very nice. Okay, so no. Oh, okay. For the reason the update will be slightly delayed towards early September. Okay, so next update, game update, will be September. Okay, all right, awesome. Okay, cool. All right, next up, Shot One Fighters. Shot One Fighters. Shot One Fighters. Keep in mind some of these games some games I already bought too. Like I just spent like over $500 buying a bunch of games already. Shot One Fighters is on my wish list, but it has no 2026 release date, so goodbye. Skatester. Let's see if Skatester has a 2026 release date. Oh, coming out next month. Oh shit, got a release date. Holy spit, that's another one. Another one got a release date. Holy spit. August 13th. Okay, so we got 3 indie games coming out August 13th. Nice. Okay. Skatester. Wow, it got a release date. No freaking way. Okay. On the wish list. Nice. Approximately 2 weeks from now. Next up, we got /0. /0. Let's see. Damn. No 2026 release date. All right. Really hoping Steam lets me know when you guys come out or any updates or anything. Sunzai. Damn. All right. Adding you to wish list and removing you from 2026 repeated. Anticipated list. Stupid Never Dies. Oh yeah, that's that game that kind of reminded me of like a No More Hero / Lollipop Chainsaw type aesthetic to it. 2026. All right, still scheduled for 2026. Okay. Super Ukulele Kart, which I did play the open beta or private beta. I played the beta. I played the playtest. There we go. That's what it was. I played the playtest. And it was interesting. It was all right. I would rather play against people or characters, you know, like in every other classic Mario Kart game. But yeah, time trials was all right. Time trials aren't my cup of tea, but you know, we'll see what happens if they decide to do another play test. I want to see the abilities and stuff you get to use, like what's their version of a red turtle shell and whatnot. But it does not have a 2026 release date. We do have it on the wish list, so we're good there. Tico. Oh, that little cute dude. That little cute dude. Wait, what isn't Tico the game where maybe it was something else. I thought it was Tico. I thought it was they did an announcement and like, oh my god, so many people are talking about our update about this game that's coming to PlayStation or something, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh no, it's just a bunch of people saying physical, not digital type thing. And I think they were like, hey, we would love to do physical, but we can't because we're a small studio. You know, anything Sony retweets or posts, you know, it's just getting berated. But they have no 2026 release dates. Maybe it was another game, but I like Tico. I played the demo. It was pretty fun. It was unique. It's like a defensive building game. Fortify. It's pretty much what Fortnite was originally supposed to be. Uh, you know, defend against waves of enemies and whatnot. They will come. They will come. They will come. Why do you come? Damn. That's Game Pop. Isn't Game Pop Plants vs Zombies? Or I'm thinking of something else. All right, but on the wish list. Okay, hold on. Remove it from anticipated. Isn't Game Pop Plants vs Zombies Garden Warfare? Versus zombies. Is Garden Warfare even on? Let me see. Oh, PopCap. No, that's PopCap. My bad. Time Takers. I don't know. I don't know if Time Takers is coming out this year. I played the open beta or whatever. I really loved it, but what? Wait, what? There's a test going on? No. No. I missed a test? Oh, I didn't know. They did another playtest. Damn it. I didn't even know. Shit. That's upsetting. All right, they're on my wish list, but they don't have a release date. I can't believe I missed a playtest. They did another one. There were some characters that I didn't get to try. I only got to play at the last second because I forget the reason. I don't know. I had to make time for it, which is why I made time yesterday to play Marvel Tokon because I keep missing these tests and whatnot. At least Marvel Tokon was open, but shit, I cannot believe I missed that. That's upsetting. That hurts. I really like that game. Fuck. Where is Tori Beyond the Gates? I really should put Beyond the Gates. It does not have a release date. Damn, another freaking game I love. This game, the demo was so long, I didn't even get to finish it. But oh wait, are they doing the? They're doing another demo? Oh my god! Yeah, the demo was like over 10 hours. Like it was amazing. They're doing another demo, dude. Them open for the week. Oh, ends July 30th. Oh, dude. Oh, yes, sir. Oh, yes, sir. We are going back. This is a Metroidvania type game. It's a pretty tough one too. It does have like some Souls elements to it. But it's super fun. It reminds me of what's that Switch? Slain. You ever play Slain on the Switch or other platforms? Is Slain on PC? I didn't even check. Hold on, is Slain? Oh shit, Slain is on. I love this game. If you want a pretty cool Metroidvania that's like a Souls-like, pick up Slain. I got it for like $5, I think, back in the day. Um, for my Switch, like OG Switch. So it wasn't Switch 2. I played this OG Switch, bro, and I love this game. It's super hard, but it's also fun. It's not too long. You could beat it fairly quickly. But yeah, Slain is a pretty good game. You'll die a lot to a lot of bullshit, but Um, damn. Wow. Slain back from hell. Hell yeah. Let's see. It's Toxic Crusaders. Let's see. Toxic Crusader. Oh, it's coming out 2026. Cool. Turok Origins. I just reacted to the new trailer of that. Also made a YouTube short out of it. That is shit. Okay, add it to the wish list. Boom. Oh, Virtuify is definitely gonna be next year. That's definitely next year. Excuse me. Oh shit. That's definitely a 2027 game. Definitely. Let's see. Boom. Sega. Oh, yep, 2027. Boom. There we go. Got confirmation. We just got confirmation. 2027. So it cannot be on the 2026 release date. Release date. Saber Entertainment. Interesting. Warhammer Survivors. Warhammer. Why I still not? There we go. Okay. So many Warhammer games. Up 2026. Okay, keep it. Anarchy Row. I should have just bought this during the Steam sale that happened, bro. I should have just did that. Anarchy Road. I should have just bought this. Hey, it's just just add it to the sale list. There we go. Add it to the sale list. Boom. And there we go. Okay. And just so I don't confuse myself, PC. PC. Okay, there we go. All right. And there we go. That's the list. That's it. Not bad. That's a strong list. We got a small TBA list there. And hopefully these games get release dates. There we go. So now the list consists of we got Halo Campaign Evolved coming out July 28th. In August, that's where a lot of the torture is going to be happening. We got August 4th, Beast of Reincarnation. We're going to revisit Liza P, this time on the Switch 2 on August 6th. Also, Marvel Dokkan Fighting Souls, which we just played the open beta for. If you missed it, definitely go check that out on the channel. It was freaking awesome. But yeah, that comes out on the 6th as well. On the 13th, we got 3 indie games coming out: Dust Fade, Wild Blue Skies, and now Skatester. August 20th, we got 2 games I'm excited to play. They're both roguelikes. It's Mexican Ninja and Grim Trials. Also, we're just going to throw this in here. I'm just going to go ahead. Oops. August 21st. Dusk Bloods. Is it the Dusk Bloods? I'm going to just say Dusk Bloods. Play test. Network test. No, it's a network test. Network test. We're just going to go ahead and add that there. And then on the 27th, 4 games are coming out. MGS Solid. Oh, excuse me. MGS Master Collection Volume 2. I will be playing MGS 4. Plague's Tale Resonance, Kalanora, and Star Wars Zero Company, which Zero Company just announced their collector's edition for like $300. No, they're smoking the pipe over there. We're gonna start with I don't know which game we're gonna start with. but we're gonna play 2 games that day, and then the other 2 the next day, the following day. So I do know MGS is definitely gonna be like the game I play on launch day. So yeah, we'll see what happens. Marsupilami and The Blood of Dawnwalker dropping September 3rd. Onimusha, Way of the Sword on September 4th. Wheelmates on the 7th. Halloween on the 8th. 17th has Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave. The 24th, Control Resonant, which I played Control this year for my first time playing that game. I also played it on the Steam Deck. I streamed it on the Steam Deck, which it ran. Uh Main reason was because the launcher, I don't know, they did an update and it wouldn't work anymore when I booted it up on the gaming PC. So I ended up just playing on the Steam Deck because the Steam Deck uses Linux, and there we go. I didn't have to finagle anything. You could say, why didn't you just use the streaming PC? Well, the streaming PC could not play it because it doesn't have a powerful GPU, and plus, um, I don't have a lot of space on there. So I have to use like an external hard drive. It's just like it's too much. And plus I stream with the stream PC. So yeah. Um September 29th, Minecraft Dungeons 2, which you can watch my first playthrough. Well, my playthrough of the first game here on this channel, which I really love Minecraft Dungeons. That's gonna be awesome. The second one. October 1st has Rayman Legends Retold. On the 2nd is Ace Combat 8 Wings of Thieves, which I did pick up Ace Combat 7 for Xbox One, I think. I want to play that before 8 comes out, just so I get, get the feel for an Ace Combat game, because I haven't played one since the PlayStation 1, the OG one. And there have been other Ace Combats before that. Well, after that and before Ace Combat 8. Damn. Okay. On the 6th, we got 2 bangers, 2 of my top 5 most anticipated games of the year: Gears of War E-Day and Star Wars Galactic Racer. October 13th, we got Valor Mortis, which is a first-person Souls-like game, which I played the demo and really loved it. October 15th, also on my top 5 most anticipated games, Castlevania Belmont's Curse. Wow, 3 of my top 5 most anticipated games is coming out in October. That's awesome. Rataton is coming out on the 15th, same day as Castlevania. On the 22nd, Final Fantasy Resonance. 23rd, we got Call of Duty Modern Warfare 4. October 29th, Phantom Blade Zero. November 19th, because nobody else besides like a new Hello Kitty or Barbie or Godzilla game, they're the only ones that got the balls to release around November, around GTA. Oh, we just got GTA 6 on the 19th. Maybe I'll pick up the other one. But speculation, there is a speculation that maybe Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time will release in November. It's just what I heard. It's just what I heard. Oh, by the way, you've been watching the streams. I picked up some new flavor packets, water enhancers. The Starburst flavor of the cherry tastes like Kool-Aid. It tastes real good. The so far of the 3 that I picked up, the Sunkissed Orange and the Starburst Cherry and the Sonic Ocean Wave, of the 3, the Ocean Wave tastes nasty. I don't like it. It don't taste right. It just don't taste right. The Sonic Ocean Wave flavor enhancer for your water, that thing tastes weird. I will have to go buy the drink from Sonic because I don't remember it tasting that weird. It don't taste right. But of the other 2, I like the orange sun kiss flavor packet. It's really good. Really good. My go-to is Food Lion's lemonade packet, but I saw that these were $1 a piece, and I was like, oh hell yeah, I'll buy that for $1. Anywho, back to the list. December 3rd, Xenoblade Chronicles 3, which I don't have Xenoblade Chronicles 3 on the original Switch. So I was like, I might as well get the Switch 2 version where it's all enhanced and whatnot. So there you go. Maybe Marvel's Wolverine on September 15th. On the 24th, Hot Wheels Infinite Rush. Waiting for a sale. Anarchy Road, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Switch 2, because I already have the PC version of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. And Lost Castle 2. Pat Santos says, hey, 007 First Light to Marvel Wolverine. So is that what you're playing? You're playing 007 First Light, and then you're going to pick up Marvel Wolverine later. Like I said earlier in the stream, I don't care for Marvel Wolverine realistic design. After playing Marvel Tokon, I would prefer if my Wolverine looked like this. I want them to stop doing this hyper realistic look for characters. I want a Wolverine game that looks like this. Cause he looked so badass in Marvel Tokon when I played it last night. I would prefer if Sony just stopped doing like Last of Us style Sorrows, Insomniac. I don't care. I want games to look like this, like comic book or whatever cartoonic style. I don't care for hyper realistic. I think that shit's played out. You know, we don't need hyper realistic. I don't need my characters looking like the actual voice actors or voice actresses. I just want them to look like this. I want this. I want this. I want this. This is what I want. And in the name of Batista, give me what I want. Anywho, in the TBA, there's a bunch of games we crossed off the list that does not have a 2026 release date. But these games down here did say that they're still releasing in 2026. So AGX GP, Arizona Sunshine, Bloodstained Scarlet Engagement, The Dust Bloods, The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, Mad Metal, Maximum Thunderness, Mono Moon, Never Wait, Nightmare Circus, Stupid Never Dies, Toxic Crusaders, and Warhammer Survivors. Fast Santo said they GTA 6 and Call of Duty Modern Warfare 4. I mean, COD, whatever. GTA, we still have yet to see gameplay of it, so I'm a little worried about that. Games that I purchased / beat and are in progress, or are in progress. 007 First Light, we completed that. Alabaster Dawn Early Access, we completed that. At least what's available. There's new content coming in September. Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced is in progress. The Awakener Battle Tendency, we completed that. Crimson Desert, we completed that. Densha Attack, completed. Directive 8020, completed. Impulse, completed. Fading Echo, in progress. Forza Horizon 6, in progress. Jay and Silent Bob, Chronic Blunt Punch, Co-op, completed. Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight, completed. Little Nightmares 2, Enhanced Edition, completed. Mixtape, completed. NBA The Run, completed. Orbitals is dropping September 3rd. I just threw that down there just because, as a reminder. Pragmata, completed. Romeo's a Dead Man, completed. Reanima, completed. Resident Evil Requiem, completed. Scott Pilgrim EX Co-op, completed. Splatoon Raiders is in progress. Star Fox, completed. Thick as Thieves. Oh, that's sad. Unfortunately, the Thick as Thieves developers, I believe, got laid off. I don't think there's gonna be any more future content for the game, which is very unfortunate. Let's see. The future of Thick as Thieves. We'll read that here shortly. Underling Uprising completed. My fellow thieves, I'm here today to talk about the future. I've heard your questions and want to answer them to hopefully put your concerns to rest. Working in the gaming industry is at times delightful and at other times heartbreaking. As many of you know, Other Side Entertainment has lost most of its beloved members, and only a very small team remains. This means there will be no further content updates. For Thick as Thieves, to be frank, this is not the outcome that any of us want, but we're facing the reality that ongoing development of extra content modes and systems is not a viable path. Having said that, there is positive news also. In partnership with our publisher, Megabit, we are working together to secure the future of Thick as Thieves for our players. This means that a small team of dedicated people are hard at work to ensure that the game continues to function into the future. This mainly involves putting together a new version of the game that uses peer-to-peer servers for co-op play. The gameplay and flow of your experience will remain virtually identical, but will not need the use of dedicated servers in the cloud. This will allow you to continue playing with your friends when you desire, and importantly, solo play will be completely unaffected. Once this work is complete, Megabit will take over the care of the game and respond to bugs and other issues as needed. We know that this news is bittersweet, but our number one priority is to ensure continued operations of the game that we all love. Rest assured, fellow thieves, we are going to keep the game alive for you and all of us. Until next time, tread softly, steal what you can, give nothing back. Jeff and the OSE team. That's very sad, man. I was definitely looking to play more of it. It was $5. It still is $5. Um, uh, it's an early access game, I believe. More content was going to be added to it later. It's kind of reminiscent if of games like Thief and Dishonored. I really enjoyed my time with it. I played this solo because I couldn't find anybody that wanted to play with me. And it's not everybody's cup of tea. Yeah. Um, but it's my speed, and I miss games like this. And this developer, um, I saw this at a Summer Games Fest showcase, and I was like super excited to pick it up. And then they said $5, and we have like 3 maps or so, or I forget. And we have different levels of difficulty. You could play the game now, and enjoy it until we add more content later. And I was like, $5. Ah, cool. That's less than a fast food meal. So I was like, $5, sure. And I got like 3-4 hours out of it or so. I really enjoyed my time, and I was looking forward to the future content. And unfortunately, we're not getting any more future content, which is very sad. Very sad. I first heard about the news because I listened to the Kind of Funny podcasts and stuff that they do, and I remember they played Thick as Thieves as well. And they talked about it. They gave it some time on the show to say that, hey, yeah, the developer is going to be a small team. And I was like, oh no, what? And yeah, that's very unfortunate. Um, Damn, that's sad, dude. Um, I'm just hoping we get a Dishonored remake or something. Yeah, no. Uh, I hope we get a Dishonored or a Thief remake, man. I'm still waiting on my Judas. The game that's supposed to be like reminiscent of BioShock. I don't know where that game is. That must be in limbo hell. And now, like another game that's reminding me of another, trilogy that I love, Mass Effect. You got former members, developers, creators of the original Mass Effect working on a game called Exodus, and now I'm worried for that one because I don't know what's gonna happen to Exodus now. I need news about these games. Um, yeah, here it is. like first Judas, now Thick as Thieves. I don't know what's up with Judas. Is it coming out? And Exodus still says 2027, and we actually got to see extended gameplay of it. Yeah, hence extended gameplay reveal. And I immediately fell in love with it. Yeah, because I was like, who is? Oh, former Mass Effect people. Oh, I don't. Great. Okay. Yeah. Sure. 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 They're gonna try to make a Mass Effect like, and then I was like looking at it from a distance. I was like keeping my eyes on it, and then they did the extended gameplay. I was like, okay, okay, okay. This is doing things that I wish Mass Effect Andromeda did. I was like, okay, all right. So now I'm heavily eyes watching on Exodus, but is Judas even like? Where is this? Where is this game? Why is it not on my wish list? Where is this game? Yeah, this is also made by from creators of BioShock, just like Exodus is from creators of like Mass Effect, the original Mass Effect games. Where is this game, dude? Apparently, this is supposed to be a roguelike or something, BioShock style type game. I'm just, I'm ready, bro. My body's ready, dude. And I don't know where it is, man. Because nobody's making these type of games. Nobody's making the next Mass Effect except, former Mass Effect creators making Exodus. Nobody's making a new Thief or Dishonored except we had it with the developers of Thick as Thieves, but now they're going through, you know, hell over there and having to lay off employees and whatnot. And now Judas, which we haven't heard anything from, which is by creators, former creators of BioShock. We have no information on his game. So games that I grew up loving, even 2K fucked up, or Take Two, whatever the hell, because I think they're on the Take Two's house. Borderlands. I was waiting for Borderlands 4 to come to Switch 2, and then I ended up having to get it on PC, bro. It's like all these games that I used to love playing that are reminiscent of, these fucking games. Sad. It's pissing me off. Because I really want, now that I'm playing my Switch 2 more, like, I'm playing my Switch 2 more. I would prefer if more of these games came to Switch 2, because I was playing my Steam Deck, right? And I bought Ratchet and Clank because I don't have the PS5 up here. The PS5 is downstairs. I was like, all right, okay, I'll just play it on the Steam Deck, right? And I was like, I linked to my PlayStation account. It didn't pop any achievements and shit, so I got to start the whole game over. I got platinum it on Steam and whatnot. But I was just like, oh, I'm gonna play it on my Steam Deck. And brother, it ran like shit. And I had to lower all the settings. I'm just like, this is not how I want to play Ratchet and Clank. So now the Steam Deck has become so gosh damn dated, like with these games. And it could be a Sony thing too. It could be that because, their ports on PC aren't that great. So it could just be like poor optimization on Sony's part. But still, man, I was like, come on, play this game. And then I'm playing Tom Clancy's Division on there, which is an older game. And, that game kind of runs weird on the Steam Deck. I'm just like, brother, I'm tired of dealing with this shit. So I'm playing Splatoon Raiders on the Switch 2, and that game running freaking phenomenal. It's so clear. I got I think boost mode effects also switch to games, not just Switch 1, but it looks freaking absolutely beautiful on the Switch 2. Now I might double dip and get 007 on there once 007 drops on the Switch 2. I'm still waiting for Borderlands, man. I hope Randy, I hope they go back and make the port of the Switch 2 version, because like I see the new content coming out for Borderlands, and I also followed the podcast that they're making, the Echo podcast thing. I'm following that. I'm gonna start listening to that on Amazon Music, but they had the whole this is what's called Dead Echoes, introducing Borderlands Dead Echoes narrative podcast. I started I listened to the teaser and I was like, oh, this sounds cool, and I was like, oh, I'll just download that or put that listen to that on Amazon Music or whatever. What am I trying to say? I'll watch list that or whatever. I want Borderlands 4 on Switch too. Gosh damn it. I really do. I want to go back and play. I just don't want to sit at my desk. I was playing Splatoon, laying down. I was listening to the Spawn cast, and I was just farming in Splatoon Raiders, just leveling up and stuff. And I laid on my back, and I had the Switch 2 over my head. And it was so light. I didn't feel like I was about to drop it and like damage my nose. When I lay in the bed with the Steam Deck, that shit is so heavy. It's so heavy. It's like, oh my god, if this thing drops, it's really gonna do some damage. It might mess up my orbital, my eye. You know, damage it, right? And plus, like, I don't have to do. I forgot because I really have not been playing much of my Switch 2 until recent with Star Fox and Splatoon Raiders, right? Because a lot of games are game key cards and stuff like that. So I just been buying everything on PC. But man, after like I got my little, I don't have it with me, but I got my little, there's a little Fun Lab Pokédex cartridge holder that I have that I put 6 games in. So I have like Donkey Kong Bonanza in there, and I have what's it called? Astral Chain. Astral Chain, dude. So I'm playing Astral Chain on my Steam Deck. I'm not Steam Deck, my Switch 2. I'm playing Astral Chain on my Switch 2 with boost mode on. And oh my god, the game runs great. And it looks great. And I'm just like, the Switch, there are so many Switch 1 games. I also picked up Nexomon with my Splatoon Raiders when I went to GameStop. Nexomon is like a Pokemon-like type game, and I've always wanted to try it. And they have the collection that comes with both the games for like $25 at GameStop. So I bought that, and I started playing that. I'm just like, this device is cool, dude. The Switch 2 is so cool, and I can't not believe like that the games look so good on there. I still have to buy Devil May Cry. I think I have till the end of this month, right? Or next month to pick up Devil May Cry. I need to pick up Devil May Cry 5 and play that on there. But man, the Switch 2's hardware is so impressive, dude. It really is. And in comparison to the Steam Deck, yes, I could mess with a whole bunch of settings and stuff, but man, I just love my Switch 2 so much that I just put one of my cartridges in, even my backwards compatible Switch 1 cartridge, and now with boost mode, they look even better on that big, beautiful screen, and it just works. I don't have to do nothing. I just put the cart in and it works. And that's what disappointed me about my Steam Deck. I love my Steam Deck. I love it. I love that I could play like a good percentage of my Steam library on there. But I came from playing Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart on like a PS5 Pro. I think I ended up playing on my PS5 Pro or my original PS5. But the game looked phenomenal. And now I'm playing it on the Steam Deck, and I don't even want to play it on the Steam Deck no more. I kind of just want to install it on this PC. I think I did. Did I not? I think I just ended up installing it on. Yeah, I ended up just installing it on here because I was just, I don't want to play it with these low ass settings, even though it does run. And a crazy thing happened too. Another reason why I don't want to play it on my Steam, at the beginning of the game where Ratchet and Clank are going through the rifts and stuff like that, and it's like so fluid and you're like phasing through different worlds and stuff, it loads. It was loading. They were just going, oh, and it was just loading. And they were just like, oh, and they weren't transitioning smoothly through the rifts. I was like, what the hell is going on here? And I had it on the lowest settings on the Steam Deck. It is like taking forever to like load through the rifts, dude. I was like, I don't want to fuck with this no more. Guess what happened? Ever since Star Fox and Splatoon Raiders had come out, like my Switch 2 has not been getting much play, right? Like every now and then, if I want to, like, if I see something at GameStop that I pick up, I'm like, oh, let me test it out for a little bit. I would put it in my drawer, my little drawer right here, my 5-layer drawer. Guess where the Steam Deck is now? Take a wild guess. Now the Switch 2 is the system that I keep beside my bed that I play my games now. You know, now I'll just play Tom Clancy's Division at the computer here. But my Switch 2 has replaced my Steam Deck. It has completely replaced it. Completely replaced it, dude. Now I'm just playing Switch 2 games. And one of my viewers on my Splatoon Raiders stream was talking about GTA collection, and I do own those. I own those digitally because I was going to get the physical, but then it was like the Borderlands situation where you got to download the remaining games and stuff. I was like, I'm not dealing with this bullshit. I'll just get the digital. So I got the digital collection. It was on sale for like $20, and now I could play GTA San Andreas on there, bro. I'm just like, bro, the Switch 2. It's amazing the wizardry that Nintendo can do with a small form factor and not expensive parts. Like RAM is expensive now and whatnot, but the one thing I like about Nintendo that they do is they try to keep the consumer costs low. They really do. They've been doing that for a long time now. I can't remember any system that I bought or handheld by Nintendo that cost an exorbitant amount of money throughout the years of me as a kid doing getting an allowance and buying a GameCube and whatnot. Like they've always been like cheap, even with the Wii U, the Wii, like every generation of Nintendo and PlayStation and Xbox, I always bought a Nintendo console first because it was always the cheapest one. It was always the cheapest of the three. I'm like, how do I get into the next generation of gaming by spending the least amount of money? I was like, give me RE4, give me Legend of Zelda, Twilight Princess, or whatever. Give me these banger games on the launch of the Nintendo consoles. Give me that shit. I always get it. Me and Resident Evil 4. Wii U, what I end up getting? I got Nintendo Land, Zombie U, and I think Call of Duty, Black Ops 2. I think it was. Was it? I think. That was. But dude, like every generation of a Nintendo system, I always, get the Nintendo of the three. I always get a Nintendo. So I'm sticking with Nintendo, bro. I don't mind game key cards now. I still have yet to buy one. I go to GameStop, I look at the game key cards pre-owned section. I'm like, that's not cheap enough. It's not cheap enough. Be cool to own like Yakuza and stuff, game key card. Now that I think about it, because like a lot of these games I buy on Xbox are just disc game key cards. All the data is not on the disc. I still have to download partial amount of the data, but at least I get that case and I get that somewhat physical library. Which with the Xbox, I'm going to get the expansion card. I'm going to install all my games that require digital installations to the Seagate expansion card. That way, if anything happens to my Xbox Series X, if it overheats and just stop working, I get another Xbox Series X and I just take that memory card and just bloop, pop it in, and I got my library. So those things are expensive. Those Seagate expansion cards for the Xbox, they're freaking expensive, and not a lot of retailers have them. They don't have them. There's a 4 terabyte one, and that one is hella expensive. It's hella expensive, dude. I really want it. I'm hoping around Black Friday, like, they goes down like $50 or something. Because I really want one. Yeah, King Ghostbusters said, yeah, it's pricey. If I could get the 2 terabyte one, I'm happy. I was looking at it, it was like $300. I was like, damn. Yeah. And then I was trying to make sense of the purchase. I was like, well, RAM and storage is expensive. I was how a 1 terabyte express card for the Switch 2 is like $350. I was like, hey man, that's like $50 cheaper, and I get an extra terabyte. That's 2 terabyte. I was doing whatever I can to try to convince myself to make this $300 purchase, because like my entire list of games, like we're seeing here, like a majority of these, like Beast of Reincarnation, I'm getting physically on Xbox. Like, I love my PC, but like I want to play these games. It wasn't until I played I keep saying Mirage, Resynced, Assassin's Creed Resynced, that I played it on my Xbox Series X. I was just like, oh my god, this is what high settings looks like, and I can't play a lot of these games at high settings on my PC, on my game PC, and 4K, because now I'm doing 4K streams too, like Marvel Tokan last night. I mean, it's an open beta, but I couldn't even play that at high settings 4K because the characters would start moving in slow motion. And I was just like, man, I missed this. King Ghost said, I got the expansion card. Yeah, yes. That thing is nice, dude. The only thing I wish the Xbox Series X had 2 expansion card slots. I really do. Because I want to get the 2 terabyte now, and then I want to wait for that 4 terabyte to go down in price, so I can have 6 terabytes plus the internal 1 terabyte that I have. But yeah, I'm gonna definitely get one this holiday season, because I'm trying to build a new gaming PC, but I want a high performance gaming PC. And I'm waiting for prices and stuff to, drop down. I'm buying my parts piecemeal right now, but the things that's really hurting me is the GPU and the CPU, the APU. I want a 9800 X3D. I want that. It's like $450 or so right now. And I'm just like, man, if that was like maybe $350 or $400, I still want a little bit more savings. Yeah, I'll get it. I might pull the trigger on that one soon. But the GPUs is where it hurts. Like RAM, I can find, like looking at Newegg or doing PC part picker and seeing who has the cheapest RAM. But GPUs, I'm trying to get a 5070, and I just want them to either drop to anyone, gigabit, PNY, I don't care, MSI, I don't care. I want a 5070 with at least 12 gigs of VRAM for $600. That's all I want. Everything is like at 650 or more. I just want, could we shave $50 off any one of them? I don't care who does it. I don't care who does it. Any of these manufacturers of these GPUs that have their name on it, MSI or whoever. I just want a 5070, 12 gigs of VRAM for $600. I don't want to pay like $650 or anything. And I was also looking at the 5060 cars, because they also have the 5060 Ti's and stuff. A lot of them are reasonably priced. They're like, you can get like a 5060, 8 gigabytes of VRAM. My gaming PC here, sure, it's a mobile GPU, but it's 6 gigs of VRAM. The Steam machine is 8 gigs of VRAM. And I'm looking at how games underperform on there. I'm like, 12 gigs of VRAM is like the sweet spot for me, because at least I'll be able to play my games at medium 4K. I'm fine with medium 4K, or as lower games like Hades or whatever, probably could bump that up to ultra 4K. But like when Halo Campaign Evolved comes out, I'm gonna want to play that at like high or ultra. So I'm just like, I'll just buy these games, like Onimusha and stuff. I'll buy it on Xbox Series X. It's the console that just runs it at 4K. Totally fine buying it on there. And as I build this next gaming PC, because I don't want to have to finagle with a whole bunch of settings. I just want, when I build this new gaming PC, I just want to set preset high and never have to touch it again. If I need I need a little bit of help to get the performance up, turn DLSS on. There you go. Just turn DLSS on and then upscale it, and then boom, 4K, high settings. I'm totally fine with that. But that's what I'm currently going through right now. But also, I do want that expansion card for the Xbox Series, because I do want to, be able to swap between my games. Because I reinstalled Diablo because I want to get back into Diablo eventually. I want Ghost to carry me through Diablo because there's a lot of story I missed there. I think I got Overwatch and stuff. And dude, these downloads for these games are huge, brother. They're huge. I think I got like 4 or maybe 3 games on there on my Xbox, and this is a 1 terabyte. That's like, each of these games are like over 120 gigabytes. It's insane how quickly you eat up a terabyte, man. But then there are like smaller games that I have on there that are like 50 gigs, 40 gigs that aren't taking up too much space, or lesser. I say the Switch, whatever Nintendo's doing with the Switch 2 is actually insane. Unless you're playing like Final Fantasy or Street Fighter 6, I think Street Fighter 6 on there is like 60 gigs. Final Fantasy on my Steam Deck, the remake, is like 130 gigs or so. And I think I only got the 256 gigabyte of micro SD Express, and I forget what the internal is for the Switch 2. But it's like, dude, it eats that up. But anything like Nintendo wise, like Splatoon Raiders, just barely hits it, bro. Like it's so small, the amount of space it takes up. But some of these third-party games just take up so much space on the Switch 2. It's crazy that Nintendo small form factor are able to run like Splatoon Raiders. Absolutely looks amazing on Switch 2. I'm playing some of these older games like Astral Chain on there with the boost mode on handheld. Absolutely amazing. I think the Steam Deck has finally. I think it finally reached diminishing value. Because it's like a terabyte. I mean, not a terabyte. It's like $1,000 now for the OLED model. I have the original LCD model. I think the internals are somewhat the same. I don't know the entire breakdown of the internals of the Steam Deck OLED versus the LCD model. But I tried because I was gonna play Fading Echo on there, and I was gonna like see how it runs on there, and I installed it on my Steam Deck, and then I docked it and everything. I put it to 1080p, and I turned up the settings to high, and it ran at like 25 frames per second. I was like, dude, come on, no way. And then I lowered it to like medium, and I was able to get like 30 FPS, and I was like, all right, fuck it, let's drop it down to low. I was able to get 40 frames per second. I don't know what's going on with the Steam Deck, but I don't know if the Steam machine is like there to just phase out the Steam Deck as far as being like the all-in-one device that you could just dock and play and then bring along with you. But or Valve did some type of patch that just made the Steam Deck worser. I don't know. I don't know what happened, bro. But I feel like I was able to run the Steam Deck games and them running at least at 40 FPS, docked and no problem, like Forza and stuff, with some help from FSR. And when I send it to performance, but now a lot of these games I'm playing, even older games, are running like 30 FPS docked. I'm just like, fuck it, man. Like this hybrid is no longer a hybrid. Now it's just a pure handheld. And now that I'm playing my Switch 2 more, with like I said, I've been buying Switch games that I never played before that I saw on sale at GameStop, like Nexamon, which is like Pokemon. I played Star Fox handheld. I've been playing Splatoon Raiders Grinding, which we will be playing here in a little bit. Just give me like 30 minutes after the stream, and we'll play some Splatoon Raiders. But the Switch 2, I cannot and I will not stop preaching to you guys that don't have any of these consoles, the Xbox, PS5, or you're looking for, or you're just trying to get back into gaming. I cannot stop preaching to you guys about how phenomenal the deal is for buying a Switch 2. It's $450 right now here in the States. I know it went up some other regions to like $500 or whatever. You know, different currencies fluctuate. It's pretty expensive, but the Switch 2 is a phenomenal hybrid that works without you having to do a whole bunch of shit. It just works. Unlike my Steam Deck where I have to keep messing with settings, I love that I boot up a game on my Switch 2 and it works. And this is the reason why a lot of people are console gamers too. Like, even though I have a PC background, I played Mass Effect and a bunch of old ass games back in the days, back when they were physical disc. I played it on like my Sony Vaio or my Dell or my Gateway PC back in the days, you know, my desktop, you know. I come from a long history of playing PC games too. Well, I want to say even back then with PC games, the tech wasn't that advanced. It was just like you install the disc, it works, you know, maybe you need more RAM, and that would be like the only upgrade you really need to make back in the days. But now these games are like hyper intensive graphics and all that. And now you got this upscaling tech, you got 4K and all this shit, and it's just like that. The simplicity back in the days of PC gaming has now got overly complicated. A lot of developers are poorly optimizing their games for PC, so you still got to finagle with settings. Look what happened to Marvel Tokon versus the PS5 version, you know. Like it just gets complicated, and sometimes even though I have the knowledge to fix these issues, sometimes I don't want to deal with it. You know, I just want to boot up a game and play. I just want to be like, oh, cool. I just bought Ratchet and Clank. I beat that on PS5. I want to play that on my Steam Deck. Let me play it. Oh God, I got finagle with the set. Oh my God, I just want to play the fucking game already. I'm spending like 10 minutes just getting the correct settings, get that good frame rate. I'm just don't want to. Know what I do with my Switch 2? I popped in Astro Chain on my Switch 2, backwards compatible. Boost mode is already turned on. That game runs fucking great. And, it just works. You know, I've been wanting to go back and play the Darksiders games. I owned them on Switch 1. I'm thinking about just popping Darksiders 2 in there, play as Death, see what the graphics and how the frame rate looks on boost mode, and just be like, oh yeah, this is what I'm talking about, baby. I love the Switch 2. Lightweight, hybrid, works docked, undocked. You can play it without boost mode. Games still run great. With boost mode, is like you're playing the games full 1080p, like docked, but in handheld. And I was playing Splatoon Raiders, switching between Nexamon and whatnot, and my battery life has it wouldn't die, dude. I got like 3-4 hours switching between Splatoon Raiders, listening to a 2-hour podcast of Splatoon Raider. I still had battery life. I played some Nexomon, and yeah, I hadn't had to charge it. You know, I haven't had to charge it. So Switch 2 is absolutely amazing. It's getting some more mature game. And you know, that was the thing too back in the days. Like Nintendo wouldn't have like the mature games, you know, like the hardcore games. But now it's getting up there. We got games like Resident Evil Requiem, Pragmata, Devil May Cry. We got Liza P coming here, which I saw. I think it was IGN, and she and the lady presenting the game, like the demo of testing it out and, you know, showing it off. She gave us like 20 minutes of footage of Liza P just running buttery smooth, dude, on the Switch 2. So that I was like a little worried about Elden Ring coming to Switch 2. I was like, how's that going to perform? But now I'm less worried, because if NeoWiz could get Liza P to work, Now, Lies of P is not true open world. It's open world to an extent, but it's very linear. Elden Ring is open world, so it's like Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom style. So I'm more concerned about how that open world is going to run on the Switch 2. But if NeoWiz could do it, I'm sure From Software could do it. I'm sure they could do it. So now I'm telling you, looking at the list, if a majority of these games were coming out on Switch 2, I'd probably get the Switch 2. I would probably get the Switch 2. Not to mention that, Nintendo also does variable pricing. When you get the digital version of certain games, like exclusive games, like I know Splatoon Raiders, for instance, it's $60. I bought it physically $60. Digitally, it's $50. If Sony really wants to push this whole digital, infrastructure, they should have did the Nintendo route of it. Do a Nintendo game key card. Do a PlayStation disc cart or whatever they're gonna do. Not going to do, but they should at least gave players the option. It's nice to have options. I like that I have the option to get a game with all the data on the cart. Get a game with no data on the cart, but I still own a cart that I could put in my collection, but it downloads a digital game, or I could just go full on digital. And whichever way you go, sometimes you even save. Like Splatoon Raiders, $60 versus $50 digital. It's nice to have the option, at least. Because I do buy Xbox games. I guarantee, like, I'm going to buy, let's say, Control Resident, and I'm most definitely all the content's not going to be on the disc for Control Resident for Xbox, and I'll have to download maybe 20 gigs of the remaining data off the internet or something like that. And I'll be totally fine with that. But it's nice to have the option to, like I said, like my Disgaea games that I said before. When I was at my own place, I had my own place. I had the Disgaea games, and a surprise bill came up, and I was like, "Bruh, I don't have the funds right now. Let me trade some games in." And I had the option to trade the games in. And I traded in my Disgaea collection. I got pretty good cash value at GameStop for them at the time. And I was like, okay, I was able to pay that bill, and I'll get these games back in my collection later. And I'm slowly building the Disgaea collection back. I'm getting there. But now, there's going to be people that's going to be hard up on cash. They're going to have to choose between gaming or, just paying bills and stuff like that. And, some people are just going to say, you know what, the gaming's too expensive anyways. I might as well just stick with what I got, my Xbox One or Series X or PS4, PS5, or my Nintendo consoles / handhelds, and I'm not gonna get a PS6 because it's just too expensive. It's not in my financial means to get it. Not a fan of the digital infrastructure because I do trade in my games. There are people that do the thing where they buy a game, beat it, and then trade it in. I used to have guys that would come into GameStop that just picked up Final Fantasy 13, and then he beat it within a week, and he traded in and got like Doom. What is it, BFG edition or whatever on Xbox 360 or whatever it was called. I've had that. Some people, that's what they do, man. They use that one game that just pays for everything else. Other use game that Final Fantasy probably traded in for maybe $25. Doom was maybe $17.99. He still has some money left over. Maybe put a game protection guaranteed or pre-ordered something, or maybe got like a $5 game stacked on top of that. You never know. It's nice to have the option. It's nice to have the flexibility. But when you're part of just a purely digital ecosystem, especially when you're tied to one marketplace, which will be PlayStation Network, your options are limited to what you can do. Do you wait for that Ubisoft Assassin's Creed game to go on sale because Ubisoft's games go on sale nonstop? Do you wait for Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced to go on sale maybe 3 months from now? Or do you just spend the $60 or $70 to buy it now? That's the choice you have to make. Whereas when I look at my PC library games or games I'm anticipating here, like Halo Campaign Evolved comes out officially next week or this week coming up here. I could go to like Green Man Gaming. I could go to Loaded. I could buy it here on Steam. I could go to any other key website. I'm not tied to just buying Halo Campaign Evolved in just Steam. I'm not trapped in just Steam's ecosystem. I can go to a website like I like Loaded, and I can see if they have Halo Campaign Evolved for cheaper. Like one game here, Mixtape. That's a very controversial game. I was like, I don't want to spend all that money on Mixtape. I just want to play it and find out why people hate it so much. And I went to Loaded, and Loaded had it for like $12, $13. So I got it for like a 70% discount or so. For a game that I was just like, I gotta play this. I gotta put some views on the channel. This would be interesting. I'll have a hot take here, and then maybe people will dislike the video or like the video. And sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, sometimes us content creators say things just to get people to engage with the video because that's more revenue and whatnot. And they might tell their friends, and their friends might tell their friends, and stuff like that. Like I just responded to a comment on, you remember my Baldur's Gate video of finding the last light in? You remember how I told you guys? And I literally, on my stream of Baldur's Gate, I'm like, this right here is money if I show people how to get to the last light in. That YouTube short has popped off like crazy. Not only that, but I also created a regular video that has popped off. Now, if I was a bigger content creator, I would probably get over 100,000 views. Right now, when I looked at the generic video, it had like 22,000 views on it. It had over 500 likes. And I have people in the comment section like, this is a great, guide. And then I had people saying, oh, this guy sucks. I'm just going to watch somebody else, because I tried to do no spoiler guide, where I don't tell you what the item is. I just said, if you follow this path, it will lead you to said item. And people just want to be told, because I don't want to insult people, but people just want you to tell them what the item is, But I literally say in my video, if you follow this path, it's going to lead you to the item that you need. And I had people in that comment section saying, oh, I respect you for that. I don't understand why people are bashing you for that. I was like, yeah, I literally said this in the title. It's not a spoiler. I don't want to tell you what the item is because it's a spoiler. And Baldur's Gate is one of those games where people like to experience things on their own and they don't want to know. But then there are those people that, and I've been there too, when I looked up guides literally on stream. I'm just like, just tell me where the thing is. But I would never like lash out in the comment section, because it's like I have better things to do with my time than to. I just literally and you literally see me do it on stream. I forget what game I did it to recently, but there was a game that I was playing recently, and I was trying to figure something out. It might have been Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resync. And I pulled up a video, and I think I had it playing in the background for you guys. I shouted them out. I was like, I usually do that too. Whenever I look up like how to do something, I always shout out the person. And I shouted them out. It's like, all right, guys, I'm watching this person. Oh, this guy doesn't even show you how to do the thing. It was Control. It was Control. My playthrough of Control recently. There was something I was trying to do, and I couldn't understand what the fuck I was supposed to do. And I was like, this person's not even showing me how to do it. I'm just going to go to another video. And that's all I did. When I get frustrated and the video's not, explaining what to do, I just click off. I didn't dislike it or anything. I didn't like it. I just say, I'm leaving. I just walk out. I said nothing. I found somebody who actually had the information that I wanted. But, it is what it is. And those videos popped off, and they did really, really good, man. They did really, really good. That's why, I don't mind, I don't know how we got here. I went off on a tangent. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what I was talking about before. But yeah, man, I don't mind, um buying my games, on the Switch too. I don't mind it. I don't mind it because I love the ease of use of that device. I freaking love it. Now I wish it was an OLED screen. That's the one thing I wish it was. But the Switch 2, I think, is still a phenomenal device for $500 or 450, whatever it is. In your region, it's an absolutely amazing device, and to see games like Lies of P just running so beautifully on that device, docked and undocked, is I don't know how Nintendo does it. They're the only ones that are building the Switch 2 for cheap, you know? Well, they were, right? I don't know how much things are. I don't know if they're losing money per unit that they make, but it seems like Sony and Microsoft just want to throw so much power and stuff at us, like this with the Xbox Series and the PS5 Pro, and then they just start talking about the teraflops and stuff. I'm like, what the fuck is a teraflop? And then I had to do my research on teraflops. I'm like, brother, that's cool and all, but where are the games, man? I just want games, And Nintendo's the only one that's like, hey, man, we got a huge IP library. We're gonna build. We're gonna make new games. We got the new Mario movie coming out. Star Fox is in. I mean, Fox McCloud is in there. How about we just remake Star Fox? Yeah, we'll do that. Oh, Yoshi's in the Mario movie. Hey, let's make a Yoshi game. Yeah, like so. I mean, and even IPs that usually don't sell well, they like fight it, man. Metroid Prime 4, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it, man. Because we're Nintendo, we can. A Rhythm Heaven game. Here you go. What? Rhythm Heaven? Oh my god. I we're gonna add new content to the Wii Sports catalog. What? Like what? Okay. That weird, but yeah, I'm down with that. Yeah, sure. Please. And now they're doing the whole Donkey Kong Bonanza achievements and Donkey Kong Classic little achievement things, and they add their own little flair to it, where it's like you collect these cards and they have animation and they show you video of the achievement, and I think they should implement that for every Nintendo game. That would be really dope if they stick with it. I just bought the Nintendo expansion, Nintendo Online with expansion for $50, which is hell of a lot cheaper than paying for Game Pass or PlayStation Online a year. It's fucking $50, and apparently that's going up because it went up in Japan, and like apparently and the currency correlates to like $70. So even if they go to $70 for the expansion, that's still a phenomenal deal, because I went through the classics and I saw GameCube, N64, Game Boy, Virtual Boy. I was like, oh my god. I looked at all the games you get. I was like, dude, this is such a great value. It's such a great value. Like 2 months of Game Pass Ultimate is like a full year of expansion if you include tax. It's like and you get just about, well, I don't know. Last time I looked at Game Pass, it said 400 plus games. I don't know if we're getting 400 plus games on the expansion. So I would have to check. But who has time to play 400 plus games? And it's not new games. It's more like nostalgia, and they're more emulated. I don't think they're really doing any like enhancements. You do get like you get like the quick saves, so that you can like quick save, and like, oh, if you die, you can just reload your save instantly, like a classic game or that, which is cool. But yeah, Nintendo, man. And there's things there there's 007 GoldenEye, there's stuff there for the adults, and then there's stuff there for the kids, man. And I if I didn't own a Xbox or a PlayStation or anything, and I just had a Switch 2, I sometimes look at these devices when I have, because I have so much, man. It's just really hard. It's not a flex, guys. It's not a flex. I bought these things over time. Or hell, I traded my original PS5 to Tommy for his Steam Deck. So, yeah, that fool thought I was going to trade a Steam machine. Tell you the truth, I think if I would have bought a Steam machine, I would have been highly disappointed. I think I would have been highly disappointed in its performance and the fact that I can't run the games the way I was expecting to run. And what the final nail in the coffin was, there's a YouTuber called Beat 'em Up Games and Wood, and he did like a comparison of like the Switch 2 version of like Tomb Raider versus the Steam machine version, and he did like another version of Tomb Raider. He was just like, this is weird, like the gamma and stuff is off. I was just like, brother, oh shit. And then he started playing like Cyberpunk and stuff, and I was like, man, Cyberpunk looks great. I haven't played it in the Menno and the Switch 2. I was like, damn, that shit looks really good. It looks really good compared to like the Steam Deck, Steam machine version. I was like, oh my god, damn. That's every time I look at these consoles and devices I have, and I look at them, and I'm like, which one of these, if I was just a fanboy of any of these systems here, excluding the PC, because that's not fair. But we could say Steam Deck, right? Like, okay, because the Steam Deck is a hybrid, right? And it can only do so much. Like the PCs are like truly upgradable. Like a desktop PC, like what I have here, is truly upgradable. Like if I really wanted to, I could smoke a PS5 Pro or Xbox Series X by getting like a 5070 and stuff, and getting that 9800 X3D Ryzen CPU that I want, whatnot, and like 64 gigs of RAM. Overkill. But if I just look at the Xbox Series, the PS5, the Switch 2, and my Steam Deck, I would more than be happy to be a fanboy of just Nintendo. If I just had to choose one, I would be totally fine. I could take the Switch 2 with me like the Steam Deck. Can't do that with the Xbox Series X unless, dude, that shit is heavy. Unless I got like a Series S, but then like the performance downgrade, no thank you. And the PS5 is just no matter what, even if you get the slim model, it's just a beast. So portability factor, Switch 2, severely lightweight compared to the Steam Deck. Then the console experience, just docking it, bro. Some games full 4K, some games 1080p. I love my Xbox Series X, but like something about that small form factor that just takes up less space in your media center. Like of the devices, I think the Switch 2 and the Xbox Series X are the nicest looking devices to put in your media setup. Especially the Xbox. The Xbox just looks like a little subwoofer. So it kind of just blends in, and it's black. It just, if you got black decor, even white decor or whatever, wood decor, it just fits. It's beautiful. It's nice. Aesthetic-wise, the Xbox Series X is the best looking console. It's just a rectangle. That's all I want. I look at the PS5. That's the most ugliest shit I've ever seen. It is ugly. I actually hate the design of the PS5 Pro. It is the most disgusting thing to look at in a media center. It's just so out of place. It's just so out of place. It doesn't look right. What is this big ass router? Performance wise, the PS5 Pro is actually really good. As somebody who had a PS5 Pro, it's really good. The Xbox Series X is on par with it, I think. Though, sure, the PS5 Pro does have extra clarity, but it's uh, they both look good, man. I've played games that are multi-plat on my PS5 Pro when I had it, and the Xbox Series X, like the First Descendant or something like that, and it looks great, man. And First Descendant was one of the first games to take advantage of the PSSR tech. Keep in mind, so um, yeah, that it looked great. And then Ghost, my mod, the one of the nails in the coffin for the PS5 Pro, because Ghost had he was playing Monster Hunter Wilds on the Xbox, and I was playing on the PlayStation 5 Pro, and I'm like, yeah, I got the better experience. Meanwhile, he has the same fucking experience I'm having like I have an Xbox Series X, and then I got the PS5 Pro. I paid $400 for my Xbox Series X at the time, and I think with the disc drive and then everything for the PS5 Pro, I paid a little over $800. And Ghost is playing on the Xbox Series X, and he's getting the same damn experience that I was getting, bro. Same performance and everything. I smacked my mic. I'm sorry. Same damn performance, and that pissed me off because I paid for the extra power. I wanted to put my Xbox Series X in the dirt, man. I wanted the PS5 Pro to be the most powerful machine that truly signifies dominance over console gaming, and it was not. It was so minute. So a console I already had that I bought on sale at games at a reasonable price, did the whole spend $250, also knocked off an additional $25. I paid with tax like $430 or so for my Xbox Series X that came with Diablo. And then later down the road, I bought a fucking PS5 Pro just for the same damn performance. For the same performance, I paid double. I paid double for the damn PS5 Pro. I was so pissed off, dude. And that's one of the reasons why I traded that shit in. I was like, I don't need this shit, dude. Because I played everything. I played Last of Us. There weren't new games. There weren't any new substantial games that I needed to play that was exclusive to my PS5 Pro. So I traded in, and somehow some promotion was going on, and I got almost all my money back. Almost all. Because like for the PS5 Pro, I think like my shit traded in for like 800 and change, but I also had the disc drive attached to it and whatnot, and maybe that's what made the value go up. So, I did lose a little bit of money, I think, on the trading in with the disc drive, but I was happy. And then I traded that in, and I paid off, like I said, I paid off the Switch 2, paid off the Pro controller, I paid off Cyberpunk, and I paid off the micro SD card, the express card, and I still had money left over. I think I had like $34 or $35 left over. So the Switch 2, for what it does, for the value, for the insane library that you get for being a Nintendo Online or expansion or plus expansion, and I haven't even talked about like the Nintendo Music app. Like if you don't have like Spotify, or if you don't have Amazon Music, or you're just the type of person that just likes to chill and listen to like Animal Crossing, like sometimes I would, like when I was having a hard time sleeping, I would put the Animal Crossing New Horizons music on, and I would start with the little and I would start that, and I would fall asleep. I would fall right to sleep, dude. I would fall right to sleep. And that's pretty cool. You get the Nintendo Music for being an online member. You can listen to like I would literally put Splatoon. I would create a Splatoon playlist with Splatoon 1, 2, and 3, and I would listen to that music in my car, blasting it, and I get some heads like, "Oh yeah, it's Splatoon," and then maybe some people like, "What the fuck is that music?" You know? And I had no shame, bro. I was like, bro, this is good shit. I still one of my favorite video game tracks to or albums to play, OSTs to play when I'm driving is Streets of Rage 2, man. Like I have the Spotify not Spotify Amazon Music playlist. I have it saved to my playlist, and I'll put that on. And that shit be bumping in my speakers, bro. Yeah, I don't mind blasting that shit down there. But yeah, that like the added features you get for the Nintendo Online for such a reasonable price, $50, and even if they do go up to $70 here in the States, like they're doing in Japan, I think expansion $70 is amazing deal. That's like one brand new triple A IP, game for one of these consoles. $70 is not bad for what you get. I hear the netcode ain't that great for like Soul Calibur. Maybe it's better now. That's the one thing. Like I would love, like, if we do start having to pay a more premium price for Nintendo Online, like they could make the network a little bit better. Maybe that's why they're doing the whole network test. That's my theory, that they're doing the whole Dust Bloods network test here, and then that's when we're gonna get the price raise or price increase here in the States. I think after this, they're gonna be like, okay, yeah, gamers are having stability issues. All right, time for us to invest in better servers, and then we're gonna have to start charging players a little bit more because we're gonna have a really good infrastructure. We're gonna build a really strong infrastructure, and yeah. But you just look at what Nintendo's doing. Yeah, games run better on Xbox Series X and PS5, and you see a lot of comparisons to like games that came out on PS4 that are now being played on the Switch 2, and it's like, oh, well, there's still the PS4 one slightly better than the Switch. I was just like, but does the game fucking work? I've been saying this for years, dude. I mean, there was multiple streams of me saying this. Bro, I don't give a fuck. Okay, as long as the game works, I'm happy. I'm so sick and tired of buying games, whether it's on PC or PlayStation or Xbox, and I play it day one, and they download the 15 gig or whatever patch, and then the game still runs like shit, especially on PC, because developers really have a hard time optimizing for PC with all the different builds, PC specs, and all that shit. Yeah, makes sense. But it's still freaking annoying that a game comes out and it's like, oh, it just doesn't fucking work. It's I'm waiting for the patch. Like, look at Marvel Token. That shit didn't. I had to boot it up. I had to restart the damn thing like 4 damn times to get it to finally boot up properly. I'm telling you. But meanwhile, Splatoon Raiders comes out. It installs the one patch or whatever. Works. I have yet to have a issue, whether I bought digital or physical cart, where is a patch for a game on my Switch 2 that ran like shit. Like I think maybe one that comes close is, and this could be because I picked it up and I didn't play it till like 2 weeks later, so I probably got the better version of it. But Daemon X Machina Titanic Scion, I believe, was one of those games that initially, when it launched, ran like shit. But because I waited so long because I was playing other games, I just picked up my pre-ordered copy, and I was just like, we'll get to this when we get to it. I waited like 2 weeks, and I was like, all right, time to play it. I think we was trying to run through Hades 1 or something. I was like, I need to beat Hades 1 real quick or something. Before Hades 2 came out. Because it was my first time playing Hades. Even though that's another game that's been sitting in my collection for years. I was just like, you know what, Hades 2 is coming out. I really should play Hades 1. Yeah. And I fell in love with it. That's why I fell in love with roguelikes. But I digress. Yeah, like that's probably the only game. Like even when I bought Cyberpunk 2077 and I did that initial stream of the launch, you know, and I tested out Cyberpunk, that game ran freaking awesome, dude. It ran freaking awesome, dude. So I like you have so many games here, man. You have so many games. You have so many ports of games from other consoles like Devil May Cry. It's like, you know, it's on sale right now. You got the Tomb Raider games, Crystal Dynamics, Tomb Raider games that, you know, freaking run awesome on there for a cheap value. Like I think Definitive Edition is still $20. Um, what's the second one? Not Shadows is the third one. Oh, Rise of the Tomb Raider. I think it's like $30. Freaking Devil May Cry's $30. You know, like that's great. That's awesome, dude. And yeah, Nintendo's eShop, their sales are comparable to like Steam. There's some games in there that I'm like, holy spit, this game is this discounted. Wow, that's great. You know, yeah, the Switch 2. If I had to choose one, that would be my daily driver. Just because I know I'm going to have more fun with games on there on a Switch 2. I know I'm definitely going to get nostalgia, and I'm going to find games. And I think this is why there's a lot of Nintendo fans out there too, because there's something about, I don't know, maybe just the way we was raised. You know, I couldn't play like Resident Evil and stuff, even though I snuck into my parents' bedroom and played Resident Evil on the PlayStation. You know, when my dad told me, you better not touch the PlayStation to play Resident Evil, I said, y'all go ahead. And I snuck into their bedroom and I played Resident Evil. Yeah, I wasn't supposed to play M-rated games. Same thing with my stepdad. He said, hey, don't touch that Vice City. And then my mom went out, and I was like, all right, bro, time to play some Vice City. I took the memory card out, so then overwrite his save right there. I just played Vice City. I was like, hell yeah. But there is that nostalgia of like playing like classic Nintendo games and stuff that I grew up with, and it's still there. And I love that Nintendo has never lost their charm and their fun, happy feeling nature. I don't know. It's just like I get such a positive vibe whenever I play a Nintendo game. You know, it could be nostalgia, but it could just be me reminiscing about growing up playing Nintendo game. But that console and their games, their IPs, just they give me like a warm, tingly, comfortable. They give me a comfortable feeling. Like when I booted up Star Fox, I went back to like when I played the N64 version on my cousin's console. You know, because I had like ready to rumble boxing and shit. I didn't have Star Fox 64, and they had like Mario 64 and Star Fox 64. I was like, what the fuck, man? I was just happy that I got an N64. My dad got me freaking ready to rumble boxing, Toy Story 2, and the Lego racing game. And I was like, yeah, I'm happy, and I freaking love it. And dude, like my cousins played the Lego racing game with me. They were like, oh, this game is dope. I was like, yeah, it is. But yeah, it just like it took me back, man. It took me back to like when I was a kid playing Star Fox with my cousins and stuff, man. And it was still there. It was still there, but it's remade 4K, and it made me feel warm and tingly inside. And I don't get that from PlayStation because I feel like they've and Xbox too. I feel like they've leaned more towards like blockbuster type, celebrity type, Hollywood type aesthetics to it. I hear Halo Campaign Evolved does hit you in like the feels with the nostalgia trip and whatnot. I just feel like these games they aren't games anymore. Is that a weird thing? In a sense, they just don't feel like games. They, like I said, with the whole Sony IPs of late, they just have this like uncanny realism to them that I'm just like, I don't get that when I play Densha Attack. Densha Attack, a lot of people are saying, "Oh, it reminds me of like a Sega console, like it's the Dreamcast and stuff like that." I'm like, "Yeah, it reminds me of Jet Set Radio, and stuff like that." But yeah, man, I like playing fun games that don't take themselves too serious, that don't have that type of realistics. That I don't mind playing that every now and then, but I just feel like everything, especially through Sony, has like we have to have these hyper realistic character models. We have to scan the celebrity in. We have to have these realistic trees and all this shit. One thing I like about Horizon is that there's a little bit of that, but there's still that kind of like fantasy world to it with the different robots and stuff, and the world is very vibrant and colorful, like when I played Forbidden West. And the character designs weren't like hyper realistic or anything like that. But I looked at that when I looked at that Wolverine trailer, that was it. That was the last straw. It's just like, oh, I like the guy because he was in the Spartacus show. He took up the mantle when the other actor passed away, God rest his soul. And he took up the mantle, and what they call it, Spartacus Blood and Sand or something like that. I forget what it's called. And yeah, I just I don't need that no more. I'm over it, bro. And then it was looking at that trailer and then playing Marvel Tokon the same day, playing that open beta. And I was just like, and that anime opening hits you, bro. And I was just like, God dang, I want Sony to get on Crunchyroll because they own Crunchyroll. I want them to get with Disney and make this anime come true. I want 26 episodes per season of this. I love X-Men 97, but I want this shit. I want this anime Naruto, like Bleach style anime. I just want this because this looks so badass. That opening theme was just so god tier, bro. Let's watch that real quick. We could pull that up. I just want that, dude. Let's go to my channel. Let's go here. Marvel Tokon. There we go. I just love this so much, dude. Just look at it. I'm gonna fast forward. Here we go. Could we go back to games just being video games? Look at this. Just look at this. Look at this, guys. I got goosebumps. Oh, wow, that was awesome. Yes. That was awesome. Dude, And it really was, dude. And just look at the aesthetics of this game, dude. Like, just look at it, dude. Just look at it. This is like one food critic guy that I watch on YouTube who does a lot of YouTube shorts, and he's like, "Is it good, dude?" And I think of that when I look at shit like this, "Is it good, dude?" I'm like, "Yes, yes, it is, dude. Look at this shit, dude." I want games to go back to looking like this. No hyper realism whatsoever. Just, you remember when games were just zany and colorful and vibrant and just look so cool, dude? Like, just look at this, dude. Just look at it, bro. This is, I don't want hyper realistic games anymore. This is it's so old. And this just nostalgia hit me so much. And this is what you get like when I play Splatoon and stuff on Nintendo. Like, Nintendo still keeps this like, hey man, we're not trying to be like Hollywood hyper realistic with our games. We don't want, like, Kojima. I love Hideo Kojima. I love Metal MGS and stuff. I like that the old MGS games don't take themselves too serious. You know, they're kind of anime like. But you know, like Death Stranding or that, it's like all this realistic like vibes to it. I don't know, man. I don't know. OD is gonna look that way too. I don't know. I want games to look more like this, like lighthearted. I guess is what I'm like. What I'm like saying, bro. But it is what it is. Another like if I just go back and like let's look up rival schools opening. Now this is an old PS1 game that me and my buddy used to play extensively. Like, check this out. This is what games used to, this is how they used to open, bro. Banger music. And then you look at the gameplay of it, and you're just like, oh hell yeah, bro. And you just look at the gameplay of it, bro. Rival schools. Shoma, Rainbow for Yuska. Just look at it, bro. Look at this. Oh yeah, dude. Bing. Final round. And then look at this. Look at this. Watch this. Hold on. Oh yeah. Radio. We'll just wait. We could literally just go to my channel because I have a Jet Set Radio playthrough. Oh, we could just go to mine. Hold on. There we go. Set radio. You just go here. Cause I have a playthrough. Watch this. From way back in the days. This is PC version of it. Yeah. Just look how this game starts. Just watch this.
Jet Set Radio!
Yeah.
What's up, everyone? Can you hear me? How's the audio? I can't check the audio. Where's my phone?
Look, just
There's
look
a
at
city
this.
that cannot be found on any map called Tokyo-to, but everyone just calls it Tokyo. The two hottest crackdowns on the Rudies have become more severe, and Captain Onishima...
Okay. Oh, all
Yeah,
right.
Gum has this like hyper,
That's some
like
expert play right
uppity
there.
music, and then when you get the tab, it's like got like a hip hop vibes to it.
Gotta make sure I don't go too fast. Now, usually I'll jump over the car by accident.
That's my boy beat.
That's my boy.
And then like tab pops up.
Oh my god, I did it.
No, where's the part where tab pops up for the first time? Here we go.
Gum has joined you. Uh-oh, you ready? Bad, I guess I can join you. Tab. If you keep up with me, let's check out your qualifications. You see an arrow, use the left thumbstick to follow it and ping some fat
The
lines.
music just turns me on. Funky rhythm coming at you. Like, look at this. A full playthrough I did of this game. Full playthrough. Like, full playthrough, dude. And you could beat it in less than 4 hours, dude. And it's still, to this day, one of the greatest games of all time, bro. One of the greatest games of all time, bro.
Next first will win. Hey, another one of these. Alright, so let's get that data.
I'll say it. Oh, yeah.
Too
So I got
easy.
copyright
Too
claims.
easy.
So, the music. I think that.
Play Jet Grind Radio, Jet Set Radio, or Jet Set Radio Feature, man. Know that the controls are so wonky.
And we see games like this come back in the form of like Bomb Rush Cyberpunk. Like there are developers like Densha Attack, like the Densha Attack team, that they come back and they bring these games. They bring like a inspired version of these games, right? And damn, I look high right there. How the? Trying to get to like actual like. Oh, this is locked, huh? And I love seeing that, man. I love seeing developers.
This game's so good. Oh my god.
Go back and make
So good.
inspired
there?
games
Hold on.
of
up
games
here?
of yesteryear, you know?
What is this?
Games of the past, man. This
is
is
this?
like a spiritual successor
Oh, Millennium Square.
to
I'm
Jet Set
sorry.
Radio,
I'm-
dude.
I'm so.
I love that, man.
Wow, there's
And
so many places to explore. You know, whereas like, you know, it wasn't until like Jet Set Radio Future where things like opened up a little bit. But I feel like this game is just like open, bro. It's just.
And now we got Densha Attack. Now we got Densha Attack.
Sure.
You're gonna take this, yeah, yeah.
Come on, you can do better. Crazy!
And it's just like shit like this just makes me smile, dude.
Why?
It just makes me smile because it does, man. It does. And I don't know. Maybe it's just the design of these types of games that I grew up playing that just it just hits me to my core. It just makes me miss when games were just like video games, you know? Not every game had this hyper realistic look to them, dude. You know, so that was just little, that was a nice little chat, guys. That was a nice little chat. That was nice. God dang, I still want Borderlands 4 on freaking on look at me, I'm so fucking bugged out. Look at me, I'm like locked in, dude. I look adorable with my hair sticking up like that. I took another shower today, dude. I took another shower. I was working on my mom's car today. My hair is looking a little flat. I haven't picked it out or anything. Look at man, I am like man, my eye. Blink, my guy, blink. Man, I like when video games are just video games, bro. Love it, man. I miss it, dude. I don't mind the hyper realistic games, dude. I don't mind it, dude.
little French bull. I would have lost it.
I feel like we just seen this style just so much.
Whole nother
We just
direction.
seen this style, and I feel like Sony does it way too much with their first party games, man. They do this shit way too much, man. It's just a style I'm just like this, like trying to make these characters realistic. Like I'm playing this at a lower setting on the PC.
I got this. Yeah. No
But how cool would it have been if this looked more like Marvel Tokan? How cool would that have been if this had like the Marvel Tokan art style? Now, I want to say maybe when this started happening was with the Batman Arkham games. But even like the Batman Arkham games to a certain extent still had like that certain like cartoonic charm to the design of the characters, like characters looking excessive, like Batman looking excessively jacked and whatnot. I don't know, bro. I don't know. I think um I think the realistic art style is just I'm just over it, dude. I think I'm just over it. All right. All right. Like Beast of Reincarnation has like a fantasy like world to it. Liza P, same thing. Yeah, so All right, we'll just save. There we go. Well, there's the list, guys. Good talk. Good chat. I will be back here in a little bit to play some more Splatoon Raiders if I don't accidentally fall asleep. If I don't stream tonight, though, I will definitely be back tomorrow. But I'm gonna try to take a nice little rest and when did they change the directive 80/20 thumbnail? Interesting. I'm gonna take a nice little nap. I guess. Naps are good, bro. I like naps. Yeah, this is the last year. This is it. This is the last year. I'm buying a bunch of new games. This truly is it, because just look at this library, man. Like, there are games here that I have not streamed on this channel that I could play. I don't need to buy any more games, really. Of course, there are going to be some games next year that I do pick up, but definitely that list, instead of like the over 100 games or so that I'm interested in buying this year, or that I've been buying, next year, that's it, dude. It's gonna be like 20 games or less. And look at this, like 95% of this library, I have not played these games, or I have not streamed them, and they're just sitting there, ready to be played, and I have not touched them. I bet they all run great. Got all their final patches properly optimized for PC, or even my Xbox. I got a bunch of Xbox games and stuff I haven't played. I got Soul Resurrection Bleach, because we beat Bleach Rebirth of Souls, and I kept talking about the PS3 Bleach game, and I still think that game is the best Bleach game. And I'm just like, yeah, man, I could just go back and play that. So I ended up buying it while I was on stream. I ended up buying a copy on eBay. And that's crazy, dude. Like, and that's not even my full PC library, dude. It's not even my full PC library. I want to see my full PC library. Open GOG. I literally did this with like. Wait, how is that? God, over. Oh, I'm satisfied. Compared to 1 month ago, about the same. Anything else you like that? Oh yeah, I'm good. I did that. It works. It unifies my friends list, dude. Like, look at this fucking library, dude. You know how many kids growing up would kill for a library like this, dude? If younger me saw this, he'd be like, "Why? You never have to buy video games ever again. You have so many video games." I guess some games, yeah, it's importing some more of my Steam games to the library. I saw everything just shift over. Look at that split second. Oh man. Wow. That was the last good WWE game. 2K22. That was the last I hate that was the last good WWE 2K game, bro. All right, ladies and gentlemen. As always, If you enjoyed today's stream, definitely hit that like button. Don't forget to sub to the channel with the notifications bell turned on. That way you will be notified whenever I go live, whenever I upload any new videos. Whenever I post to the community tab, like I said, I'm just going to take a nice little nap. And I'll be back with some Splatoon Raiders. Just going to chillax right now. I'm feeling very comfortable. I took today off. Feeling very relaxed. You know, just chilling. You know, just chilling. Enjoying my day, you know. Enjoying my day. As always, if you enjoyed today's stream, definitely hit the like button, sub to the channel with the notifications bell turned on. That way you'll be notified whenever I go live, whenever I upload any new videos, or whenever I post to the community tab. Thank you all for watching. I hope to see you all next time for some more video games. All right. Good night.